So I got a request a few hours ago to do a video about breastfeeding, like what worked for me, what like pacifiers, bottles, etc. So I'm not doing anything at the moment. I just finished cleaning the house, so I guess I will do that video. I don't know if you can hear Aiden's TV in the background. He's watching Sprout. So, yeah. Sorry about that. So, as you know, I'm still breastfeeding Aiden. He's 15 months old. He'll be 16 months on the 26th. I exclusively breastfed him for 6 months. Well, I guess you could call it exclusively breastfeeding because those were all his meals every day. He had formula twice as an infant, like kind of like a newborn infant, mainly because he would be babysat and I would pump as much as I could, but you know, if he drank it all, he would take a bottle of formula, but that wasn't very often, maybe like twice. So, I mean, he was exclusively breastfed for the first 6 months. In the hospital, he didn't want to nurse for the first like 8 to 12 hours after he was born. And that's just because when babies are born, they're born with full stomachs and they don't always want to eat right away. And the nurses were trying to get me to give him formula because he wouldn't eat, and I'm like, no, like he will eat when he's hungry. And so once he was hungry, he latched on. So if you're wanting to breastfeed and you're in the hospital and your baby's not wanting to latch or wake up to eat or anything, don't force it. Don't give it formula. When the baby is hungry, the baby will eat. I'm not saying that that's in every case. Some cases the baby really doesn't know how to latch and needs extra help. Maybe the frenulum is too short. There's lots of other reasons that could cause that, but in my case and a lot of other people's cases, the nurses pushed the formula before the baby was even hungry. And that can cause the baby to be overweight or gain weight too fast. So, and cause colic because the baby's got a full stomach and then you're shoving formula down its stomach, and you know how you hate being over full when you eat too much. I'm sure the baby doesn't like it either. So, about 8 hours after he was born, he woke up, screamed, I nursed him, and he immediately latched on and was perfectly fine because he was finally hungry. Aiden's gonna come say hi. Come here, baby. So, then this is what happens when you have a toddler. They figure out where it is and when they want it. What? And they do that. So, I guess since I'm doing a breastfeeding video, I could feed him. It's not a big deal. So, anyway, what was I saying? Hi. So after about 8 hours, he finally latched on and has been a champ at nursing ever since. I guess I'll go ahead and tell you what to look for when a baby latches on to make sure they're latching on right. You want to make sure that you can see them swallowing so that you know that they are getting something. When it's only colostrum, you'll see them suck about 3 times, 3 to 5 times, and then swallow. And if you see that going on, then you know he or she's getting something. Also, you want to look at their bottom lip and make sure that their bottom lip isn't tucked in, that it's down. Because if it's tucked in, he's going to have trouble getting as much milk as he would, and it's going to make you sore. So make sure that the baby is latched on right. But my number one thing is do not let the nurses push formula on you. They're going to do that if your baby shows any hesitation to nurse at all. So just, you know, obviously if it's been more than 12 hours and your baby's screaming and crying and still can't latch, there's a problem. But a baby is born with a full stomach, so he will eat when he's hungry. So Aiden never really started actually drinking formula until he was like 7 months old. I started not being able to pump as much as enough to fill him up because my milk supply had gone down because he wasn't eating as often. And so when Austin or Austin's mom would have him, they would give him formula. And getting him to take the formula was really hard because he didn't want it. First I had to pump and get him to take the bottle, which was tough. Like I would give the bottle with the breast milk to Julie and I would leave. And you know, I'm not starving him. When he gets hungry enough, he will eat it. And he did. He drank the bottle. And once he drank the bottle that one time, he had it down. He never resisted the bottle again. And then I would sneak formula with half breast milks and then eventually weaned him all the way to the formula. Not weaned him, but got him to drink the formula. And now he loves formula. He loves it. At first I was giving him the Enfamil, and that stuff smells horrible, it tastes horrible, he didn't like it. He didn't, stop. And so I now give him Similac, and he loves it. Oh my gosh, he loves it so much. And I get the pre-mixed bottled kind, because I don't like using the powder, and I don't, it smells gross. So I use the Similac already mixed, and he loves it. Stop it. So now you can see like the joys of nursing like a toddler. Always sticking his hand in here, always grabbing my face, like so annoying. But I enjoy it. He enjoys it. So anyway, so yeah, getting him to take a bottle was tough, but it didn't take that long, maybe 1 or 2 days, and once he took it, and he still takes it. As far as pacifiers, he was never like a big pacifier baby. When he was a newborn, an infant, he didn't like them at all. When he got to about 5, 6, 7 months, he loved them, and it was like my favorite thing. If he was screaming and crying and there's nothing I could do, give him a pacifier and it would soothe him. And then one day he just didn't want it anymore. Now if you give him to him, he'll put him in his mouth, then he'll like chew on him for like 5 seconds and then throw him on the floor. Like he doesn't want them anymore. So everyone used to always tell me, don't give him a pacifier, you're gonna have a hard time weaning him from it. No. I think that if I wasn't breastfeeding, he probably would have become more attached to it, but he's more attached to me, and so I think that's the reason why he didn't get attached to it. I sometimes still wish that he would take it because he's older now, so he throws fits and he screams and he's a toddler. He's not really like a baby anymore, so there's that fun stuff. But I don't really know what else to say as far as breastfeeding. I did not get sore. My mom, when she was breastfeeding me, she became engorged and extremely sore, and she got cracked nipples and all that stuff, and I didn't. I filled up with milk, but I didn't get like engorged, and I didn't get, my nipples were like not any more sore than they would be like during pregnancy or on a period, so it wasn't a big deal to me. My mom said that I was lucky, a lucky one. I didn't do anything different. I think it's just because he had a really good latch, and the way my mom tells me the stories, it doesn't sound like I was latching right in the beginning, but she says that I was, but it doesn't sound like I was. But as long as your baby has a good latch and a good suck and isn't like, doing it the wrong way, then you shouldn't get that sore. But if you do, I got this stuff from Mother's Market. It is called something butter or something like that, and it's for your nipples. I used to put it on his lips because when he was a newborn, his lips would get really chapped, and it worked for his lips. But if you do get chapped or anything like that, that stuff works. My mom got it for me, but I only used it a couple times, like in the very beginning, like the first 3 days, but I mean, I didn't need it very much, so I still have it, and I put it on his lips when they get chapped. It's just like chapstick, but it's like really strong. So I recommend getting something like that. They also have Lancino or whatever it's called cream, which is for that as well. If your baby isn't latching, don't choose formula. I mean, it's obviously your choice, but don't just give up that easy. There's things called nipple shields that also help babies learn how to breastfeed. There's so many things that will help you succeed. So, and I know anyone can succeed. I mean, I'm sure there are legit people who had problems, but I know that it was easy for me, not necessarily like easy for me, but it was pretty easy. So, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say about it. And people always think that, oh, if you're not getting enough milk, just pump. Pumping is a lot of work, and no one really knows that unless they are pumping. It's not just as simple as sitting down and putting the thing to your boob and getting a bunch of milk. It's a lot of work. For one, every single time your milk lets down, you get really thirsty and you feel dehydrated, and then pumping takes a long time. Like, you know, you can't just sit down 5 minutes later, have a bottle, and give it to the baby. It takes a long time, and as your baby gets older, your milk supply goes down because they're not nursing as much, and you can't get as much. I was to the point where I was getting 1 ounce from both breasts. Even though when he nurses, he gets way more than that, I couldn't get any more than that pumping, because pumping is not the same as when the baby nurses. It's not the same. So, just don't give up. Keep trying. Breastfeeding is awesome. It has so many benefits for both mom and child, and I hope that this video can help someone when they have their baby on what to expect and all that stuff. So this was kind of all over the place because it was really random, but I hope I could help. If you have any questions, just post them below and I'll answer them. So I'll see you guys next time.